Hi, and welcome back to my channel. So yeah, I've been gone a pretty long time and I'm very aware of that. The last few weeks have been kind of insane. Welcome to episode number 4, take 3. I've tried to film this episode. As I already said, this is my 3rd attempt. Oh, so frustrating. Definitely had some major technical issues. My camera, which I'm using my phone, has a hardware problem with it, which I didn't realize until after I had lost 2 full recordings of this episode. The first time I just assumed I put it on to play like I always do, or like I did before, and I grabbed my phone before work because I film in the mornings before I go to work, and I went to go edit my episode at lunch, and there was nothing. I had about 1.5 minutes of video. But of course, it's like user error. It's a learning experience. It's okay. So I go to film next week because I really only have a couple days where I can actually do that, and it just didn't work out. Same problem. So I have spent the last couple weeks trying to figure out different camera setups, how to get this thing running again. I literally did a whole bunch of resets and things on my phone. It's still not working. I really do have to take it into my provider and see if they can get it fixed for me, and I'm a little hesitant to do that because obviously it's my phone, and in this day and age it's everything. But yeah, everything that I tried to do was just not working, and so we're back to my phone. If you notice my eyes kind of darting, it's because I have the actual screen of my phone facing me instead of the back, which was a little bit easier to not get distracted by what I was seeing. But this way I can actually tell when it shuts off. It runs for about 5 minutes and then it'll probably shut itself off, and then I'll have to start again. And I'll do my best to make those transitions as smooth as possible. But that's where we're at right now. The other crazy thing, my partner and I have been looking at houses the last couple of weeks as well, so it's been a lot of late evenings browsing real estate websites and house viewings. But we had an accepted offer on Friday, so now we just have to go through the last bit of the mortgage stuff. We were pre-approved, but we still have to like finish that up, and we also have to get the home inspected this week, and I'm so excited and so nervous, and you think it's a lot of work prior to getting accepted, but it's a lot of work after you get an accepted offer as well. So that's also been part of the problem, is just not a whole lot of time to do other things. So but we're here to talk about knitting, and we'll talk about knitting. So the first thing, my first whip, is my shirt that I'm wearing. Okay, let's see if I can, woo, nope. That was the weirdest sound. So this top, I started knitting this probably right after the last episode, to be honest, and it's done. I am so incredibly happy with how it turned out. Just ignore these little pieces. I did actually weave in on my ends and then I blocked it, but I left like 1 inch of the tail after I wove it in to accommodate for the blocking. I just haven't trimmed those off yet because I don't care, because it's awesome and I love it and I just want to wear it. So I really love how this top turned out. It is my very first round yoke anything knit from the top down. I really love the little eyelets here. I will definitely make sure to put in more of a full view in the episode here somewhere. But I'm so excited with how it turned out. It is knit in a cotton, I believe it's a DK or a sport weight yarn. It's the Rowen Denim line in color darkness, and it's 250 grams for the whole shirt, and there's a whole story behind that because, oh my gosh, I got 3 balls, skeins, 350-gram balls from my local yarn store for like $5 each. It was such a good deal. I had every intention of making a tank top, and then I started knitting from the bottom up, and there was no way in the world I was ever going to get an entire tank top out of 150 grams. I don't know why I thought I would, but yeah, that's just, I don't fit that. So I ordered another one, and the only place I could find it was Amazon. So it was almost $10 just for the one ball hank. I'm gonna say ball. And then it was another $10 to ship it. And I only bought one. And as you probably remember, this is 250 grams, not 200. So I started knitting this top down, and I got to a point where I realized, like, you gotta order another one. So this is like a $65 top in the end. Oh, don't tell my partner that. He'd be like rather annoyed, I think. Well, not annoyed, it's my money. It doesn't matter. But it's super comfy. It's wearing in really well. The yarn is very soft, actually. It was a little hard to knit with, but on the body, it's really soft, really lovely. I'm loving this shirt, actually. So yeah, that is whip number 1. Not whip. Finished object. Come on, Jerry. It's way too early in the morning for this. The next one, if you remember from, it's either episode 1 or 2, so that's quite a while ago now, but I had started an asymmetrical shawl I was using the Malabrigo sock yarn, and here she is. Isn't she lovely? I am obsessed with this yarn. It's gorgeous. It is absolutely gorgeous, and it drapes so beautifully in this shawl. I'm just gonna put it on because I want to, because it's cozy and I think it's cute, and that's what we're doing. So, isn't she pretty? Oh, I love it so much. I'm so happy that I put this away, because I had mentioned I got really frustrated with this project because I had dropped some of the lace and spent quite a bit of time figuring out how to get that lace back where it's supposed to be. And honestly, having gone through some processes in the last few weeks, I should have just ripped it back. I really should have just ripped it back. It was so much easier, and it is, in my opinion, so much easier to, especially with lace, if you've got 2-3 rows that you need to reknit, and that's going to take you an hour or 2 versus attempting to try and figure out your lace pattern and whether or not it is accurate. I mean, there is definitely benefit to sitting and working through the mistake and the drop stitches and kind of figuring out the anatomy. It's like, this yarn goes here and this one goes there. For my sanity, going forward, I will probably just rip back. That's going to be my motto for the next project like this, I think. But she's done and she's gorgeous and it's just perfect for this like beautiful fall weather. So I'm beyond excited. I have another one. Just my phone is going to die in about 20 seconds here. So. Or not. My next finished object is, is this not the cutest thing? I'm in love with this. I'm absolutely in love with this. Definitely gonna wear it to work today. And I am blanking on who to buy. So that's gonna need to go into the show notes. But it's just, how can you not love this? I mean, everyone's got their own taste, obviously, so you don't have to love it. But I love it. It's so cute. I knit this in a weekend with a single strand of mohair. Sorry for the shadows. I've got a studio light. I bought myself a studio light over there because it's finally fall and lighting in my apartment is really bad. It's really, really bad right now. So definitely need the studio light. If it's a little bit too bright, let me know in the comments. I will attempt to not put too much of a shadow on my face. That's needed a little bit more definition. But yeah, so I knit this in a weekend with this single strand of mohair and 3.25 millimeter needles is what the pattern called for, so I will make sure to put that in the description down below. I used Chiaogoo needles. I used the long tail magic loop. I used the magic loop method when I knit this, and it was okay. I mean, I kind of hate the magic loop method, but I'm finding myself using it more and more recently. But because I do intend to knit more of these little lovelies, I'll probably knit a few of them for Christmas presents, I went and ordered myself a 9-inch needle in this size, the size that I used to actually knit this. So yeah, I love this. I absolutely love this. I will definitely be knitting a few more, even if it's just for myself. But I love how it almost makes this like flower pattern on the inside. I don't know if you can see that very well, but it's like, here's the petal, here's another petal, and it's just super pretty. And it's so soft. I love mohair. Does anybody else do that? Or is it just me that like nuzzles yarn? I really hope that's not just me. What else have I been working on? Oh, yes. The other thing that has been taking up a great amount of my time. Side note. If you are looking for a larger and very sturdy project bag that does not cost a whole lot of money, that has a lot of room, that you can tote around all over the place and throw around and not have to worry about it getting damaged, this is my new tool bag. It's really a tool bag. But I figured I might as well put my tools in a tool bag. And it cost me like less than 20 bucks, maybe 15. And it is sturdy. It's sturdy. I have a tool bag. But yes, this is where I've been keeping a lot of my projects. It fits so much. I've got my needle case, my Chiaogoos, one project bag, another project bag, multiple random needles, my mask. I took this to go see my parents for Thanksgiving weekend here in Canada. I had 6 projects in here. Yeah, I had 6 projects in here. So it holds a lot because I couldn't decide what I needed. Couldn't decide what I wanted to take with me. But yeah. Oh, this is the mohair that I used for the scrunchie. It is stash stuff that I got years ago from one of those like grab bags at, well, we have Value Village, but it's like the thrift store where sometimes people will get rid of, destash their yarn. There were no bands on any of these. I got 4 of them for like $5, and that was eons ago, and now I am absolutely crushed because I destroyed these. This is the last one. I have no idea where the other ones went. I'm pretty sure I tried to started a sweater with this and got so frustrated, and then I just chucked it all out because I didn't know what it was. But yeah, so it's this really cute little gray. Obviously, you can probably tell from the scrunchie. This has been my obsession in the last couple of weeks. I go through these phases where I like really start something and then I continue knitting on it for like a week or 2, and then I start knitting on something else, and then I get obsessed with that for a week or 2. But are these not okay? I am biased because this is my pattern. This is not super cute. So it's little crossed cables. So it's 1x1 rib with cable crosses. And it makes this like kind of cute, almost leaf pattern. And then this pointy top here. And the fun thing, really fun thing, is I want to make it convertible. So obviously I've knit the top. I knit a row with a sock weight yarn. It's really bright light over there. I apologize. The sock weight yarn, and then I just kept knitting in pattern. Got a little bit of like a rib here just to keep it tight. And then I'm going to pick up these stitches. I have picked these stitches up. Put the needles back on, cast on everything for the back, all of those stitches, and then just knit a couple more, maybe an inch or so of the ribbing that will go underneath here so we don't get any cold hands. And yeah, I'm so happy with how these are turning out, but I literally reknit the top of this 4 times. I'm not exaggerating. It's kind of frustrating actually, but that's just how it goes. So obviously I still have to do the thumb and do the inside, and then I will have one of these 2 knit, and then the second one will go so much faster because I have all of my pattern knit or written out, so I don't have to actually figure anything out. I will just have to knit this, but they are going to be literally the cutest thing. Ah. Sorry, I'm very excited about these, if you haven't noticed. And they're so soft. So the yarn that I use for this is a recent acquisition. It is this lovely, lovely yarn by Mirasol. I'm gonna take the price tag off. So, whoo, that was not what I wanted to do. I totally just ripped a whole bunch off of the tag. I just didn't want to show you guys the price tag, but this is Tulu, Mirasol Tulu. Really, really beautiful yarn. 50 gram hank. It is 50% baby llama, 40% fine merino, and 10% angora. And it is literally a dream. It's a dream to knit with. So if you happen to find some of this yarn at your local yarn store, I highly, highly, highly recommend picking it up. What else am I working on? I am so disorganized this morning. Amy, I love you. If you're watching this for some weird reason, you happen to find this channel because I haven't told you about it, look away. Just look away because I'm talking about your Christmas present. So just look away. I'm knitting a lovely little pair. This has been my most recent obsession this past couple days. Are another pair of socks. And I am knitting these for my best friend for her Christmas present. She's also a knitter, maker, and I asked her which she would prefer if someone was to knit her something, whether it would be a shawl or a pair of socks. And she said a pair of socks because she really can't be bothered to knit socks. So I kind of scoured a whole bunch of different patterns to see if I could find something that I really liked. And this is what I found, and it is just so stinking cute. And yes, I did the heel flap. I did actually do the heel flap the way that the pattern suggested, and it is lovely. It's going to be a very sturdy, it's almost like a double thickness heel because of the slip stitch pattern. I do not like heel flaps. I can probably rock out a heel in about half an hour. This took me 2 days. It's so much. Sorry, making faces. But I do it with love because it's not for me. It's not for me, and I want it to be to the pattern, and I want to just do it right for her and have it be the best product it can be. But it is really, really adorable pattern. Is not good movie or TV watching pattern though, because there is lace on every round. Every round has something that you need to do, so there's no just straight knit round in between things. I've had to re-knit much of this in the last couple days. I also found out that I was mixing up my slip knits and my knit two togethers at the very beginning. I'm not fixing those. It's not happening. Okay, you can come back, Amy. You don't have to hide anymore. Just sitting there. La, 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 la. I'm being weird this morning. I know. The yarn I'm using for that I got from another local yarn store that is actually right beside my office, which is amazing. But they have the same hours as us, so I never go in there. But I had to go and get that llama yarn. I had to get another hank of that. So I went in and I found this. And I think this is like a German yarn. I think. Just 2 seconds. This is a German yarn, and I cannot read the label. Besides the fact that it is 75% wool and 25% polyamide, which I'm assuming is nylon, and it's 100 grams. That's about it. But it's lovely. It's a really gorgeous color. Sort of like a greeny color, which I just thought would go really well with this. This is the Sweet Mint. Is it? I think this is the Sweet Mint pattern. Again, I'm blanking. I'll get this figured out. It's going to be in the show notes. It's a really adorable pattern, but I thought it would go really, really well with this gorgeous green yarn. And yeah, it is just, it's been lovely to knit with. And I can probably get, I'm assuming this is going to take about 50 grams to do a full pair. And so if I have time, Amy might be getting 2 pairs of socks, little anklets, instead of 1. But I think the next pair that I do is just going to be a short version of Andrea Mowry's Andrea Mowry's everyday socks. The DRK? Yeah, DRK everyday socks is going to be the other pair, just as a short version. Oh, yarn acquisitions. A minute. So this top that I knit, I'm absolutely in love with it. It is, I love it. I love it. I would wear it every day if I could, but I can't do that. So I have already picked up yarn to make another one, and then 2 more things of yarn to make 2 more. I'll just show you these ones. So this is the first one. It is Cascade Yarns Noble Cotton. It's a mercularized cotton, 100% cotton. This cherry red is just stunning. I've always loved red. Red is my favorite color. So I bought this. I got 2 hanks of this. Obviously 200 grams is not going to be enough for that. And when I went back to the yarn store, I could not get another hank of this in the same dye lot. So I got a black one. So I'm going to do a color block version of this shirt with red at the top, and I'm going to knit as much of it as I can with the first hank, and then hopefully be able to section off for the sleeves and the body. And then I'm going to knit the sleeves, just the end little cap, because it's a row of pickup, a knit row, and then 2 1x1 ribs, and then a bind off. So I'm going to do that ideally with the second hank, if I haven't already attached it, get that completely done, and then I'm going to knit until I have no more red, find a good place to transition, and then I'm going to do the black, which is the exact same yarn, just in black, on the bottom, and I'm going to knit until I don't have any more of this. And I think it's going to be awesome. I'm so looking forward to this, because I think this is going to be really, really cute. This is going to be my winter project. Hopefully I can, have it done by Christmas. I want to wear this for Christmas, actually. I think that'd be really cute. I also ended up ordering in some KnitPicks yarn. I have never used KnitPicks yarn before. This is the Gloss Lace in the shade Sterling. I don't know if they make this particular shade anymore. I got this from D-Stash on Etsy, and I got 3 hanks of this. It's 70% merino and 30% silk, and I've never knit with silk besides mohair before, so I'm really, really, really excited to knit with this. This is just not the cutest color. It's like this almost lavender gray, and I have really gorgeous mohair in a like sterling gray. No, this is sterling. In more of a icy gray that I think is going to look just so good knit up with this in a beautiful little shawl. And I have an idea of what I want to do for the shawl, but I'm going to start working on that first, and then if it works out, then I'll show you. Yeah, so that's another one. My last acquisition, because I don't have any more, well, I have lots and lots and lots of socks, but they're all just not in a position where I actually want to show them, because I've either just started or I'm just turning the heel. So we will do a sock episode probably next one. And the whole reason for that is because I bought this. I found this at, obviously, well, not obviously, but I found it at my local bookstore, and I just was so drawn to it, and then I read it, and I went through everything, and I want to make everything. I want to make every single pattern in here, and of course I knew that I was making Amy some socks for Christmas, and I had to have it. I had to have it, and now my obsession is socks. So I have 4 sets of socks on the needles right now, which is a little much. But I'm going to finish Amy's first because I just want it to be done. I want to make sure that I'm not running late for Christmas, because socks for me, I can just knit whenever, and that's totally fine. But yeah, this is my other newest acquisition. And I think that's all that I have to share with you guys. So I'm so sorry that this is really, really, really late, and that it's also kind of probably a little all over the place. It's been a long couple weeks, and it's going to continue to be a long couple weeks if we do happen to get the house and everything goes well with the inspection. Fingers crossed. I'm so excited. I will actually have like an art room, or like my space, like a studio space in the house. And that is just beyond exciting. So I'm really excited about that, obviously. Yeah, if you have any comments, any advice, any camera suggestions, please let me know, because trying to figure out this whole YouTube thing without a working phone has been a bit of a nightmare. So I would really like to, I don't know, I'm getting emotional. I would really like to try and figure something out where I don't have to rely on my phone for this, but obviously that's probably going to be a little ways away, because I need to save up some money in order to buy a new phone, because I'm buying a house. I hope you guys have an amazing, lovely day, and I will try to be back very soon with a little bit more of a life update, and hopefully at least one pair of finished socks. So, love you guys.